So this is everything that I carry in my CrossFit gym bag as a semi-decent CrossFit athlete. The first thing you want to have is an actual gym bag to keep all of your fitness stuff in for CrossFit. You want to have a confined space where you know you're going to have everything you need to perform well in a class wide. Depends on how much stuff you actually have. I have a giant duffel bag that I used to try to compete, try being the word. So I have a lot of gym equipment that I like to put into a duffel bag. I like to put everything in one small space. I don't like having everything everywhere, but a general backpack will be good for most people. Now you can get a backpack or a gym bag anywhere, any department store. It doesn't have to be fancy, but if you want to go with name brand recognition from CrossFitters, I think Wolfpack, Bear Complex, and 511 Tactical. I use a 511 Tactical backpack as my everyday backpack. So number one thing you should have as a CrossFitter is a gym bag. The next thing a CrossFitter should have, it's gonna be actually controversial, but I'm gonna go ahead and say a skipping rope. I think having a skipping rope is essential to any CrossFit workout or any CrossFitter. The reason for that being is double unders are usually programmed in any CrossFit affiliate. You don't want to rely on your gym skipping ropes because you want to make sure you're kind of used to the height. If you keep grabbing a different one every single time and you're trying to learn double unders, you will never learn double unders. You need to be able to understand what a skipping rope feels like, how long it is, and make sure it's consistent when learning how to do double unders. Otherwise, you can go to your gym, grab a skipping rope, your favorite one might be taken, and then you're screwed for the workout. So always have a skipping rope available. A couple brands that you can use are RX Smart Gear. They have a $50 one. RPM ropes, those are around 80 bucks, I think Canadian. I have the RX Smart Gear Evo rope. Now this is a little excessive. When I purchased this, I bought it for probably around $200, $180. This is excessive. This is really excessive. It's really thin rope. The handles spin a lot, but I would like double unders not to play a part in fatiguing my shoulders when I do them in a workout. So I paid a lot of money so that I can not have my shoulders fatigued during the workout. But realistically, for average CrossFitter who's not looking to compete, looking to just stay fit, probably the RPM Smart Gear rope is the best bet. Third thing a CrossFitter should have is a pair of shoes, CrossFitting shoes. Something that's probably geared towards CrossFit. A running shoe, primarily running shoe, like a generic gym shoe, probably won't cut it because you're going to be doing a lot of different things in CrossFit. You're not only going to be running and doing conditioning and gymnastics, but you're going to be doing some weightlifting. So I have a couple pairs of shoes here. I do have a pair of running shoes that I like to do when it's a gymnastics or a conditioning focused workout when I'm doing running intervals. As you can see, this is not my only pair of shoes. This is not my primary pair of shoes that I use in CrossFit workouts. I use these for running intervals, and if there's a running workout with a small amount of weightlifting, I'll toss these guys. Next, I also have some weightlifting shoes, the Addy Powers. These guys are a little bit more solid. What makes this guy a weightlifting shoe is the raised heel and the flat sole, and it cups your heel to keep your foot nice and stable. This is really good for squatting pattern because it limits the amount of dorsiflexion that you need to squat down to the bottom. So if you are primarily more of a weightlifter or you're working on your weightlifting as a CrossFitter, investing into a pair of weightlifting shoes is a good idea. The Addy Power from Adidas, I got these on Black Friday sale for $100. Obviously they can run pretty high up into the $200, $250 mark. Olympic weightlifting shoes. But you are going to want to purchase a pair of CrossFit specific shoes. So I have two here, one that I really like and one that I really dislike. I have the Reebok Nano 13, the X3 here. I hate this shoe. I very much dislike it because I kind of believe that Reebok kind of stopped making a good shoe after the 10, the Nano 10. That was a really, really solid shoe. Everything else, they just kind of made it cheaply made. But you can still see what makes it a CrossFit shoe. It's lightweight, breathable, flat sole, raised heel to help you out with weightlifting. And you can run in these. It's not going to be the most comfortable, but they do the job. The reason why I hate these so much, because again, they're cheaply made, but also there's not much support in the inside sole for rope climbs. I purchased the 11, the 12, and I had to return them after one rope climb workout because the insole like ripped. Very appreciative that Reebok did that, but I shouldn't have to worry about the sole of the shoe after one workout, and they're a brand new pair of shoes. Do not recommend any Reebok Nano anymore except for the 10 and the 8. Those are really good. But what I do recommend, the Nike Metcon, this is what I've been using recently, a little bit narrower compared to the Nano. Again, still flat, raised heel, a little bit more of a solid shoe, but also has that sole protection for rope climbs. I really like the shoe. It's a little flat, can be pretty heavy when you do running workouts, kind of feel like you're clonking around, but there are other shoes available like the Noble Rad Global is starting to come up with shoes. I think that's gonna be my next purchase once these guys die out. So third thing you're definitely gonna want as a CrossFitter is a pair of shoes. The fourth thing you're gonna want as a CrossFitter is gymnastics grips. Some people think this is kind of like a luxury ad. I think this is kind of a mandatory ad. We do a lot of stuff hanging from a bar. A lot of kipping motion, so the hand will twist and rub against the bar. It can hurt your hands, on your palms of your hands. You have to develop calluses, but even after you develop the calluses, unless you're taking like a shaver to them, taking off the dead skin, you'll still tear. These help out with the blisters and makes you feel a little more comfortable. I have 3 different grips, 2 from the same brand. I have the Bare Complex Carbon Fiber, the Bare Complex Black Diamond, and the Victory Grip. My favorite is gonna be the Bare Complex Black Diamond. I really like the way these guys feel, and honestly, I do tear them up a little bit. So there's different versions out there. Honestly, up to you which ones you like. I like the 3-hold version of the Bare Complex because again, I can do some barbell cycling with these guys on and I can save my grip. Now for sizing on these, I'll give you guys a quick pro tip. The sizing chart at Bare Complex sizes your hand from your base of your palm right here on your near your wrist to like kind of where the fingers kind of start, the base of the finger. And based on that measurement right there, that's the size they're gonna recommend for the grips. I would actually disagree with that sizing. I would actually go measure that and go a size up. So based on my hand and the Bare Complex sizing, I should be a size medium. These are an extra large. The reason why I grab an extra large is because I can grab more of the bar with it and protect more of my hands. That's just a quick pro tip when purchasing grips from Bare Complex. I even did that for the Victory grips. It's pretty good. But I just find another reason why I like the Bare Complex more is because I find the Victory grips are a little slipperier compared to the Black Diamond grip. So I really like the Black Diamond grip from Bare Complex. So definitely get yourself a pair of gymnastics grips. So the fifth thing you're gonna wanna have as a CrossFitter is a weightlifting belt. So there's a bunch of different weightlifting belts, different types. I'm gonna talk about this one right here. So this is the E26 nylon weightlifting belt. The reason why I chose to do a nylon belt is because I can strap it in and out during workouts. So if I have a workout that's has some conditioning, like some running or some rowing, I can strap it off, like make it looser, so I can breathe. Then if there's a heavy clean and jerk or a deadlift, I can tighten it back up and go back into the workout. You can get a leather belt. They're primarily for weightlifting. The more dense that the belt will be, the more pressure it'll create on your abdomen and will increase the intra-abdominal pressure that you're forced to create to stabilize your torso when you do anything heavy. Definitely think it helps reduce rates of injury. However, this shouldn't be a substitute for your core work. You should be doing some core work to brace, learn to use that transverse abdominis, your natural weight belt, so that you can reduce your rates of injury. So definitely a must-have for CrossFitters, but it shouldn't be used instead of doing your core work. So I'm gonna put that little asterisk there. So yeah. The next thing you're gonna get is gonna be wrist wraps. Wrist wraps, really good. Not necessarily a must-have, but a nice-to-have. Wrist wraps, really good for supporting the wrist when you do like a bench press or a clean and jerk or jerks, a snatch. I like to toss these guys on when I snatch or when I bench press, sometimes for a heavy clean and jerk. They'll protect your wrists, but if your front rack position is in a bad spot and you toss these on hoping this will be a quick fix for your wrist, it will not be. You must make sure that you take care of that front rack position. Again, this is not a solution. It is a band-aid to a problem further up your shoulder. But it's just nice to have. If I go for a 1 rep max, I'm definitely tossing this on. Don't want to get injured, so get yourself wrist wraps. Now you can get Velcro ones that just kind of strap and then wrap around your wrist and you strap on. I like the fabric ones. This one, I use the one from Hook Grip. These were like $15 on their website. I like these ones because you can quickly tighten them and loosen them as you're working out. Like you can quickly twist and tighten these depending on what you're doing. So in a workout, if there's heavy lifting and if there's a snatch, I'll toss these guys on, loosen them while I do the other things in the workout, and tighten them up when it's my turn to start lifting. The sixth thing you want to grab will be a pair of wrist wraps. Definitely not a must-have, but a nice to have. The seventh thing that I carry around in my gym bag are knee sleeves. So I have 3 different types of knee supporting devices here. I have the neoprene 5mm version. I got these on Amazon. They're super easy. Now I use these ones for workouts. If there's walking lunges, wall balls, light thrusters, I will toss these guys on to give my knee a little bit more support here. They're breathable. They're able to easily come on and off, but they're pretty light. They're just really more there as I think a little bit more of a placebo, but also if I'm doing lunges, it protects my knees from crashing onto the ground. So I just like to have them on. I like to have a pair of these for workouts. I also have the SBD knee sleeves. So these guys are much firmer and much tighter. I think it's the 7mm. So I'll toss this guy on for squatting, weightlifting, if I don't want to put my knee wraps on. So these guys offer a little bit more support compared to these ones. They're a little bit on the expensive side. They are very, very good. Now I have the Olympic weightlifting ones. You can get the powerlifting ones, which are much tighter, and I've heard some powerlifters say that it adds 20 pounds to your squat. Take that with a grain of salt. I also have some knee wraps. So what you do is like you wrap your knees, make sure the tracking of your knee joint is really good and just really stable. I really like having these. These are definitely not for workouts. These are primarily for 1 rep maxing. I feel like my knees are pretty stable with these guys on. However, if you wrap these too tight, you could restrict blood flow. These are just for training. But if I wanted to use them in knee sleeves in competition, I'd probably use one of these depending on what the workout is. Definitely try to grab yourself a pair of knee sleeves if you're having a little bit of knee pain. If this is not a solution, this is a band-aid for a problem that could be happening, at your ankles or your hips. Until you fix that, grab yourself a pair of knee sleeves. Steroids.
Am I hearing steroids?
So the next thing you're gonna grab is steroids. No. So the next thing I always carry in my bag will be athletic tape. I use athletic tape to tape my thumb when I'm Olympic weightlifting. This is to protect my thumb so I can do hook grip. For those of you that avoid doing hook grip because your thumbs kind of hurt and it rubs against the bar, get yourself some tape. You have to do hook grip in order to weightlift. I don't know why this is an argument. For some reason, when I was coaching, everybody argued that I don't have to do hook grip because it hurts. No, you have to do hook grip. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. Athletic tape, a must have. Fuck. Where is it? Next thing I have in my gym bag, lifting straps. Really good for doing heavy deadlifts, for doing heavy snatch or clean pulls. Something to help your grip out if you're really just not feeling it that day. Toss these guys on. I like these ones. You can get them really anywhere. None of them are any better than the other. Really, the whole point of it is to minimize how much grip you're using when doing a heavy lift off the ground. Some people say this is cheating and you should work on your hook grip, you should work on your grip. Absolutely. I have clients that can't actually physically hold the weight that they should be lifting in order to receive a stimulus. But you definitely want to do some grip training. This is just a nice to have. So definitely have a pair of lifting straps in your gym bag. And the last thing that a CrossFitter should have in their gym bag will be a water bottle. Obviously, we need to stay hydrated during our workouts, so bringing your own water bottle to the gym is a must. Don't only have to tell you that. I use a Yeti. Definitely make sure that you have yourself a water bottle for the gym. Keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself healthy. So yeah, that's my 10th thing, or my last thing that every CrossFitter should have. That's everything that I have in my gym bag as a semi-decent CrossFit athlete. Let me know if I missed any of your favorite pieces of equipment, any brands that you'd like to shout out. But yeah, those 10 things, definitely a mandatory for any CrossFit athlete. Have yourself a gym bag, so you're ready to go for any workout. If you want to get good at CrossFit, definitely recommend having those things. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.